According to my author, the kind of education women should receive includes the brilliance of being a mother and adapting to a certain motherhood, while she nourishes and cares for her children and her husband. The husband almost becomes a brilliant himself after attaching himself to the hip of the wife, and the women utilize their intellect to realize that they truly support men in the lower class. Plus, women need to utilize their beauty over education in order to keep a happy and healthy marriage. Rousseau takes the nature of women and men by their sex and how they are able to make a contribution towards each other. However, I see it as women making more of a contribution to the relationship and having higher authority compared to the men, even though they have the natural higher authority as seen stereotypically in texts and books, which men seem to have, and their women are expected to please them with their passive and weak power which is shown on page 2. When entering the role of motherhood, women are supposed to provide love and care towards their husbands, which should be valued. And the differences should exist between men and women's education, including other sexes, when it says on page 1, their positive natural inquiries. Men should achieve their proper education and should be allowed to utilize their thinking with a beautiful and brilliant wife over who doesn't have a brain, whereas a woman who are prioritized for other areas and their intellect and should mainly use their education dedicated to the motherhood and finding methods into pleasing their husbands. And when I was looking at this evidence, I was finding in the beginning when they talked about Sophie, which was discussed in previous lectures, and it mentions that she ought to have everything which suits the constitution of her species and her sex in order to fill her place in the physical and moral order. So that's definitely related towards beauty and how they are utilized for beauty over, and they should be utilizing their education in certain sections where men have the higher education, and their women, and it also shows how women and men are respected, and women more for their physical attributes and men more for their intellect.